Arvind sir,
Good morning, Prabhasudan. Hi.
good morning sir. Sir, shall we start?
Yeah. So எனக்கு screen share எங்க share screen.
Yeah. Okay, sir. I will introduce first. I welcome everyone for the day 14 of Technology-Based Entrepreneurship Development Program, supported by our Department of Science and Technology and organized by Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Today is our first chief guest, Mr. Arvind Subramaniam, Associate Vice President of Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Mission. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Prabhasudan. Thank you, everyone. So, how many participants do we have today?
So, 15 startups, sir. And others who are willing to know about the marketing are also joining.
Okay, it's an open session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yes, to have a short introduction about me, I am Arvind, and I'm an Associate Vice President with Startup TN. So we are the nodal agency of the government of Tamil Nadu for all innovation and startup activities in the state. I'm also a volunteer with Head Start Network Foundation and have been in part of the ecosystem for close to 10 years. So that's a little bit about me. So is English comfortable or Tamil comfortable? Presentation English la irukum. நம்ம பேசும்போது தமிழ்ல பேசலாம். இல்ல தமிழ் தெரியாதவங்க யாராவது இருக்கீங்களா? எனக்கு தமிழ்ல
some of the participants don't know Tamil.
Okay, then we'll keep it in English. So yeah. So what may I know how far you have traveled in this incubation program? What are the topics that you have read? So I want this to be an interactive discussion. You can please feel free to stop me anywhere in between and ask me questions. If there is a time lag or anything, Prabhasudan, please let us know so that we can continue.
Sure, sir.
So can somebody come and tell me what was the process, the knowledge that you have gained so far in these 14 days in the incubation program? What are the topics that you have touched upon? Marketing, sales, have you learned anything? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Anyone, please brief about what are the things you learned for the last 13 days. Sir is asking about that. Yes, everyone can unmute yourself. You can talk to, sir. No problem.
Okay, yes, there are. Yeah.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, sir, this is Marshik from Maharashtra.
Okay.
So, like we have discussed, we have learned of various topics related to entrepreneurship in aquaculture and regarding different schemes related to aquaculture and fisheries. Then, like different aquaculture farms, like aquaculture setups and systems like shrimp, then different kinds of like seaweeds and all, and probiotics, use of probiotics in aquaculture, then entrepreneurship opportunities in aquaculture, and this one, what do we call it? Like, I forgot it. Like related to marketing and aquaculture, both we learned like both of the things, like how to create, how to start a business, and how to reach to our individual customers, and how to create a business model through like business model canvas and all related to that.
Sir, Arvind, sir, you are muted, sir.
So gone through business model canvas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So, so this is more about marketing. Let's today I think this is the first time you will be coming to the business side of things. Here, all these 40 days you might have known more about your core aquaculture activities. What is aquaculture, how to do any specific activities related to aquaculture you might have heard. So today I think probably this might be the first non-core business aspect of entrepreneurship, which is marketing. Any MBA students here, anybody has an idea of what is marketing? So I don't. Anybody has an idea of what is marketing? So marketing before this, like until 2021, 2020 and all, it was called marketing 3.0 phase. So back then marketing was more about creating awareness, right? But now what we are going to talk about in marketing 4.0 is what we call this new age of digital of marketing. We are going to talk about not just awareness, we are going to talk about advocacy. Marketing earlier was about individuals. How do I market to Arvind? How do I, I not even Arvind. Arvind is a person, right? So there was no personality profile being created. It's about anybody, right? Anybody in the demographic segment. How do I target them and how do I sell? But now marketing is about creating an ecosystem and then targeting customers in the ecosystem. It used to be about 4 P's. And now it's about 4 C's. We are going to, in the next slides, we'll look at what is 4P and what is 4 C's. Anybody has an idea of what is 4 P's? You must have read in marketing, no? Any MBA students here? MBA, BBM? And IDA to 5 A's. IDA is also, attention, interest, decision, action. So all this you might have read in BBA and MBAs, right? So how do we move from that concept to 5 A's concept, right? So leading to marketing 4.0. So what is marketing? Marketing is everything and everything is marketing, said Regis McKenna. Regis McKenna was, one of the leading marketing personalities of his time. And Steve Jobs says marketing is the best education, as Regis McKenna said. And marketing is the art of creating genuine customer value by Philip Kotler. Philip Kotler, anyway, everybody knows, is the guru of marketing. And Philip Kotler is the one who coined this term marketing 4.0. Right. So marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. So should marketing be done by a specified marketing department? No, it has to come from the top down. When I mean top down, it's a leadership function. The leader of the organization, that is the CXO, CEO, founder. Founder has to be personally involved in marketing because he's the one representing to the brand. He's the one representing the service. So he's the ideal face to represent the marketing, right? So what is marketing? Marketing is winning the battle inside the customer's head. But what is the battle about? So when we say what is marketing, I'm saying it's about winning the battle inside customer's head. Do you know what is the battle that is being fought there? So suppose, let's say you have a product that is competing with one of your colleagues in your acceleration. How are you going to compete with them? What are you two fighting over? Any idea? Suppose you are taking seaweed supplements and there are other brands also doing seaweed supplements. How do you go and fight with them? Fight with them when I mean, how do you go and push in against them? So I call that battle as positioning, right? So when you mean positioning, let's take an example. Name a toothpaste. Just give me random answers. Name a toothpaste.
Sensodyne.
Okay, next. Give me 3 answers. Give me the top 3 that comes to your mind. So close up, Colgate. Yeah. Right. So name a deodorant. Nivea. Yeah. Fog, Lux, Axe. Yeah. Name a shampoo. Dove shampoo, Nivea again shampoo. Okay. So interesting, right? So there's no right or wrong answer. This is just to check how your what are your preferences, right? This is called positioning. When I say deodorant, the first thing that comes to everyone's mind is Axe. So Axe literally created the deodorant market in India. So that everyone remembers Axe. Then comes Fog. So like this, everyone has a ladder in their minds, and the position 1 belongs to some brand, position 2 belongs to some brand, position 3 belongs to some brand. Although we will clearly say I don't prefer any brand over the other, I'll just pick whatever I like. Sometimes all of us have, when we say toothpaste, most of the people said, Colgate, Close Up, all these are leading brands who have spent tons and tons of money over a long period of time to capture that number 1, number 2, or number 3 spot in the consumer's mind, right? So how do we go? And the research shows that only 7 each one, the best person can remember only about 7 brands for each category. And if you remember 7 brands, it's like you are you are a market analyst, or you're a marketing guru or something like that. But most common people can remember about only 3 to 5 brands. So in this spot, how do I, as a new brand, I could be doing anything like in aquaculture, I could be doing anything like the seaweed tablets. What are other brands in other products that you can do in aquaculture? Any examples? What do each one of you do? You can send me in chat. So these omega-6 tablets, all these are, right? Smoked catfish, fish byproducts. So many of these might be greenfield opportunities. That is, you might be doing it the first time, right? Since aquaculture itself is a very new area, and that is opening up to first-time entrepreneurs. Many of these might be new. There might be no competition in the market directly, but there will always be indirect competition. They'll say, suppose you are taking urea from fish byproducts, there might not be any direct urea from fish byproducts. There might not be from fish byproducts, but there are existing products in the market that are done by other means. So how do you go and push in against them? And this is where we create alternate or adjacent markets. So when I think the first person, when I asked for the name of the toothpaste, the first person said Sensodyne. Now, not a lot of people remember Sensodyne because when we say toothpaste, because Sensodyne has captured a very niche market inside toothpaste, which is for sensitive teeth. Now, I can, instead of going and fighting directly with Close Up or Colgate, what I could do is I could create an identical market or adjacent market for my product. Let's take the example of Himalaya. Himalaya is Ayurvedic toothpaste. If my question would have been, what is the number 1 Ayurvedic toothpaste that comes to your mind? It would not be Close Up or it not be Sensodyne. It will be Himalaya. So like that, create a niche for yourself in the existing market. Carve off a piece of the market and be the first player in that niche instead of going and betting heads directly with the leading competition. And today we are going to look at how to do that. So evolution of marketing, during the Roman times, people were giving out, so catalogs or, flyers are not a new thing. They have been for existence over 2,500 years. So Romans gave out catalogs in the Colosseum. Then came TV, then came print ads. Then after electronic media came in, then they came TV and radio ads. Telesales was a leading phenomenon in the 80s and 90s. Many of us would have grown up watching many of these telesales channels. Static websites came in. And then today we have SEO, SEM, content marketing, video marketing, YouTube marketing, all that, right? So this is how the growth is there. And so what 1.0 is product driven. Marketing 1.0 was product driven. 2.0 was customer centric. When I mean product driven, it's like, I have a house. Do you want to come and buy this house? I have a shoe. Do you want to buy the shoe? I sell it to everyone I see, right? 2.0 was customer centric. Now, if I create a shoe, I manufacture the shoe for a particular demographic in mind. It could be, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, for a baby. When I build a house, is this, a budget-friendly house, is the premium house, it's an apartment, is it a sky rise? So I create that kind of a marketing strategy, right? Now 3.0, which was the phase just before 4.0 was about customized products for each person. So what I love, what does Arvind love? Arvind loves, green sustainability. So can I sell a house that says it's completely, made of renewable materials? You will save power, you will save water. It's a greenhouse. We are taking into consideration a lot of things. Can I create shoes that are recycled for Arvind? Or Arvind loves very premium, high quality comfort. So can I create a very premium product that is good in comfort? I'm not going to talk about, recycling or anything like that. I'm just going to focus on comfort. So this is how marketing approaches were there. Now let's see how we have transformed, right? So customer 1.0 was demanding and business was mechanical. Like I said, there was no thought process behind it. There was no strategy behind it. It just all happened mechanically. And marketing was just about communicating. And customer then became aspirational. From demanding, he became aspirational. He wanted, for more than demand, it was like, I should have this. It became, I would love to have this. And so business had to get innovative and marketing became integrated. When I mean integrated, it was like, across TV, across newspapers, across banners, all this was there, right? So marketing 3.0 became personal, business became electronic, and marketing channels became digital. And customer 4.0 has become human, right? Now he's thinking a lot of things. He's just not one item in your checklist. You're not targeting everyone in the 30 to 45-year-old category. You are going to target Arvind. And what does Arvind like? What does Arvind do when he wakes up and wakes up in the morning? What does he do? What does he have for breakfast? Who are the kind of people he's associated with? How do I study that? And how do I market to him? And that is called evangelism. So sorry, I think it went very fast. So marketing 4.0. Let's dive into the topic of today. What's it about? It's about customers are highly connected to communities via multiple channels, regardless online or offline. Speed and amount of information flow super high in this community. To make customers purchase products is not enough, but to make them advocates, right? So like I said, everyone is connected today. It's a hyper connected world. We are part of WhatsApp groups. We are part of Facebook. We are part of LinkedIn. And any information, probably your product might have had a flaw, or even news. Take news, for example. The speed of information is super high. Whether it happens in America or whether it happens in the street next door, the news, the amount of time it takes for you to for the news to reach to you is the same, right? You have WhatsApp, you have Facebook, all this reaches. So the same way, marketing is also the same. So if suppose your product has some malfunction, it's not it has caused some disaster with some people, it reaches in milliseconds. It just needs it travels super fast. And at the same time, if it's something very good, again it travels super fast, and you have no control over it. You cannot say don't send out this information, send out that, or send out only this information. Customers keep doing that. I try one of your products, I like it, I automatically recommend it to somebody, whether or not you're going to pay me a commission or I don't care. I like the product, I'm going to recommend it to my mother, I'm going to recommend it to my brother, I'm going to recommend it to my friends, right? And that is how you make them advocates. So with good products, you can make them into advocates. And traditional and marketing 4.0 is about blending both traditional marketing and digital marketing. If you see traditional marketing like print ads, on display advertising, search, PR releases, putting up stalls and conferences, all these have to be blended with email campaigns, mobile-based marketing, field visits. All this has to be combined together to give you a wholesome marketing outlook, right? So it's a combination of art, technology, business, or science. If you come and ask me, is marketing or advertising, is it just art? Is it good to be creative? Is that enough? Or should I be a tech person? Do I have to know Facebook marketing? Do I have to know, technology? Do I have to know WordPress? Or should I understand business? Is any one of this enough? No, you have to be all of these and each of these. You have to be art. You have to have a sense of art. You have to have some understanding of technology. You have to be very business minded, and that take a scientific approach. When I mean science, it's about having a structured approach to marketing. Like I said, I want to reiterate this. To make customers purchase products or services is not enough, but to make them into advocates. So once I buy a product, I use it, and do I go back and tell other customers or other friends of mine that this is a good product, you should use it, right? And this is the modern age marketing funnel, right? So all of us would have seen marketing funnels, sales funnels, we all find. So the top of the funnel is where you create awareness. And the middle is where customers, find you. You engage the customers towards the end of the funnel and then convert them to buying your product, right? But after I buy the product, traditionally funnels ended when I buy the product. So Arvind has bought this product. Now he's out of my funnel. I don't care. He'll come and buy it later, or he may not. That is not my problem. Used to be the approach. But now the approach has to be what Arvind has bought and went. Now, how do I convert him to an advocate and sell to even more people? If you look at this dollar sign here, converting from here to building more advocates makes you stop spending in all these other areas, awareness, findability, and reputation. You don't have to spend. From the amount of money you spend here is not needed to convert customers during the advocacy phase. So once you get Arvind, you're not paying Arvind anything to make him to an advocate. You just have to make sure you do a good product or a good service. You understand my point, right? So let's stop here, and any questions until now? Are we going fast or are we going slow? Do you get the hang of things? So I assume no. Okay, sir. Okay, great. Sure. So individual to targeting and individual to ecosystem. So now we are creating communities and targeting the communities inside the ecosystem, right? So 4 P's, new market, 4 P's were, people, person, product, and positioning, right? Now it's co-creation. Can I go to my customer and talk to them and create products specifically for them? These are very much essential for D2C products. Hammam cannot go and create a product for Arvind. Hammam can create products for dry skin. Hammam can create products for oily skin. But does Arvind like, mint and also have like mint flavor along with oily skin? Hammam cannot do that. But you as a D2C brand, as a small D2C brand, can do that, right? And currency and pricing was always, it's Hammam 50 rupees or 40 rupees or whatever, right? It was flat. There was no way to play around with pricing. But when I mean pricing, it's not just about giving discounts. It's also about charging premiums where possible. Now, when you co-create, so now we have a product for 50 rupees, but Arvind comes and tells you, no, can you customize this for me? You have bandwidth to charge me 150 rupees also for that product. So this is called dynamic pricing, right? So how do you with customization gives you the leeway to charge a premium also. Not just customization like this, you can do a lot of things. Do I need it tomorrow? Can immediately? Then you can charge a premium. Or I come back and tell you, no, I have enough stock, but I'll just get it in 10, 15 days. Okay, then I think I'll give it to you at a discounted rate. I buy 10 products together? Then I think you can have a discounted rate. I'm going to buy only one product, then you have to pay me a premium. So these are the ways you can play around with dynamic pricing. And communal activation is again what we are talking about, is building communities. And conversation. Always keep conversing with the customer. So build a community either on Twitter or on WhatsApp groups, on Facebook, on LinkedIn pages. Build communities there. Keep engaging. Keep talking to the customers. Keep asking for feedback, and more importantly, implement those feedbacks back into the product or service. Right. So IDA to 5 years. Attention, interest, decision, and act was the old mantra. Now it's about creating awareness, right? Passively, is Arvind aware of your brand? How do I create awareness of the brand? And how does the brand appeal to you? Where does Arvind come and ask for more information about the brand? Suppose I want to buy your product. Is there a way for me to reach out to you and engage with you and talk to you about the brand? That is more important today. People are not, they're most of the time, 90% or 75% of the time, people are just going and buying off-the-shelf products. But if there's a place for me to come and interact with the product, have questions answered about the product, chances are more that I will buy it, right? And I ask you for information, I buy the product, and then I become an advocate. If I like it, I become an advocate. This is the new process. The brand is no longer what we tell the consumer it is. It is what consumers tell each other it is. I hope you get this point. So this is the crux of the whole presentation today. So you as a brand could spend a ton of money telling your customers, this is what we do, this is how it is, this is the best product, this is better than that. You could do anything and everything, right? You could spend whatever amount of money. But the moment somebody buys it, he's not happy, and he goes and tells someone that it's not good, all your marketing expenses are going to waste. Whatever you have done is not going to work out. So it is not what the brand says the brand is about, it is what consumers say the brand is about, right? So how do I go about building this new kind of a brand, right? What do we enable? Ask these questions for yourself. What do we enable people to do with my product? So it's about empowering people. It could be any product. It could be, a health based product. It could be, food daily off the millets or something like that. It could be anything, right? But what do we enable them to do? So do we help them run a sustainable lifestyle, or do we help them lead a comfortable and premium lifestyle, or do we help them lead a healthy lifestyle? So what are we going to do? Answer that question first. So it's a very rational question. How can they do it better with us? How is your brand the best brand to help them do that? Answer that question. Right? Why would they recommend others to us? Also answer this question. So I buy this. Now, why should I go and recommend this to my friends or my circle or my ecosystem? They should, all these three questions should be answered by you before putting your product out into the market. So new marketing landscape, how is it going to be? User experience. It's about building user experience, right? So when I mean user experience, it's not about your website. It's not about your app. It's just not about your app or your website. It's about everything. It's about how you are packaging your products, the font that your product is used. How easily do I access my product, right? So all that comes into play. And for this, you have to have an idea of who your user or your consumer is in your mind. Take Arvind, for example, or Arvind or Prabhasudan or whoever it could be, right? So identify one person as your target market, map them in your head, and chart out the journey. You have done BMC, right? Similarly, there's another canvas called user journey canvas. I don't know if you have done it. go online and check it out. It's called a user journey canvas. So you track the activities of user from the moment he wakes up in the morning, right? So what he does, what he aspires to do, what does he do throughout the day. You track him and then see how your product can add value to him throughout his journey in the day. And that's how that journey canvas, once you do it, in the process of doing it, you will not know where to, put in your product. But once you have done it and completed it, you will have clear visibility on where your product can intervene and help them build a better day. So, yeah. It could be soap. It could be as simple as a packaging, a soap packaging, right? Probably can I have a soap that comes along with a soap box? Right now, I have to buy a soap box for every time it breaks. It it gets lost all the time. But do I sell it with a cocoa shell box every time? It's very cheap. So that every time I buy your soap, I'll also throw away the cocoa shell box, and it's also recyclable. All that, right? So it's about that kind of user experience. So content marketing. Content marketing has always been the king. Content is and will always be king. Even from the days of, like I said, brochures or flyers, content was always king. Copywriters were always in demand and celebrated throughout the advertising industry. So make conversation with communities. Have, like I said, build communities around your products. It could be anywhere. It could be WhatsApp groups. It could be Instagram channels. It could be or you could build your own community via your own app. You could have a newsletter that goes out to your community every week or every month. Tell them stories. Just don't give them messages saying, we are good, we are good, we are good. Tell them stories. Just don't tell them Arvind use this product and he liked it. Tell them how it changed Arvind's life, right? So what was he doing before? How did he come across our product? How did he use it? And now what has changed for him? Tell him a story. People love to hear stories, right? So there are owned media, paid media, and earned media. So owned media is your own channels, right? Like your own website, your own Facebook pages, your own LinkedIn pages. All these are owned media. Paid media is the advertising that you get. You pay and you take Google ads, or you go pay and take newspaper, PR articles, all that. Earned media is other people coming and covering you, right? So if does your story cover your article? Does Ink42 write about you? So does Hindu come and write an article about you? All this has to be used by you in tandem, together. All these media, all the messaging that goes out via these media should have the same resonance, should have the same messaging, and be geared towards building advocates. And content, not everybody realizes that content can be used to position yourself as a thought leader. Suppose we are talking about healthy living. You only don't have to use your product to establish healthy living. What does Pandian or Ashish or Prabhasudan know about health? What has he tried before this? He's not just some marketer selling a product. He's a health influencer. He knows what he's talking about. How do we establish? We can establish this via content, right? Do I write a blog? Do I write a newsletter every day? Do I do LinkedIn posts? Do I interview health experts? Create this kind of ecosystem and put it out there for the customer to take a decision. So omni-channel marketing. Omni-channel marketing is again in vogue today. A lot of people think in D2C marketing right now, only selling via my own channel or my own e-commerce portal is good. It's good to start with, but then again, if you have to scale, you have to scale via omni-channel marketing only. And also to start off with, you need access to these bigger brands, go where the communities is what I would say. So suppose I go and put up my product in my own website. How do I get customers to drive traffic, right? Can I position myself in Amazon or Flipkart for some time? Make customers where it is easy to find customers, make customers buy my products, and then push those customers to my e-commerce portal. Can we look at that, right? And can we have them buy my products via smartphone? Also, can I have them buy via WhatsApp? Can I have them buy via Instagram? What is the most easiest way? I should have all these opportunities. Okay, I come and tell you I don't have a card. Can you give me UPI access? You should be able to give them instantly UPI access. Suppose I tell them I don't have either. I don't have a digital footprint at all. I can only pay on cash. Do you have a cash on delivery mechanism with your shipping partner? For all these, again, then you can charge dynamic pricing. So if you are saying you'll only pay cash, then there's going to be 100 rupees additional charge. So this is where the previous point we talked about by dynamic pricing all comes into play. So be where the customer is, give them options, give them opportunities to explore your product. Just don't say no to customers, right? And gather all this information. Whatever customer you meet, whichever customer you sell to, you could have sold to them via your own e-commerce portal. You could have sold to them via Amazon. You could have sold to them via Swiggy. You could have sold to them via Instagram or WhatsApp. But make sure you collect all these customers in your CRM. Gather as much information about them as possible. I'm not saying personal information about their likes, their dislikes, their buying patterns. Track all these and build your persona. You will find interesting data. You would have targeted somebody, but then your another big market could be somebody you didn't target at all, and it would turn out that they are using a lot of your product, right? All this insight can happen only when you start building data. So start building data of your customers. Let just 10 people would have bought your product, but that's okay. Start collecting data from that. Analyze these 10 people and arrive at a pattern of how to sell. Who are these 10 people? Why did they buy my product? How much did they come back and buy again? How do I go back to these 10 people and ask them to buy more products or ask their friends to buy more products, right? So keep analyzing these data. So engagement marketing. Engagement is what everyone is talking about today. How do I convert non-target audiences into valid leads within engagement? So Arvind might not like your product. I might not have use for your product at all, right? But do I know somebody that wants this product? Can I act as an advocate for them? How do I as a brand enable this? How do you as a brand enable this? I might not have need for an omega-6 tablet, but then I might know somebody who needs omega-6 tablets. If you are a new brand entering into omega-6, how do you target Arvind and ask them to recommend it to somebody he knows? I could be a doctor. I could be a nursing caretaker. I could be somebody within the ecosystem. So how do you target me is something that you should look at, right? Like I said, be where the customer is. If he's on WhatsApp or he's on Instagram, wherever they are, be there, respond there, build conversations there. Take CRM is a must-have for every marketing activity. Without when I mean CRM, you don't have to. If you come to me and tell me I don't have budget to buy a CRM, don't worry. You can build a CRM from your Excel sheet itself. What I'm meaning is when I say CRM, it could be as simple as an Excel sheet, but just have the data digitally, right? That and gamification. When the buying process, the communication process, the discounting process, everything can you gamify it, right? The more you gamify it, the more people will be attracted to your product and engage with the product, right? So giving rewards, giving links for. I'm saying you don't have to incentivize me to buy your product, but what if you do? What if you tell me for every person Arvind recommends, I'm going to give him 10 coins, and these 10 coins can be redeemed for 1 rupee discount on my portal. So can you gamify that and convert me to an advocate, right? So these are some things that you can do. So a brand has to be authentic, it has to be accountable, and it has to be in trend in these days for you to get better marketing results. You have to be authentic, you have to be accountable and in trend, right? Our job is to make change. Our job is to connect people, to interact with them in a way that leaves them better than we found them, right? So this is what Seth Godin says. Seth Godin is again another marketing guru. Everyone is talking, if you notice, I am putting in all these quotes because the top marketing gurus are talking about interaction, communication, and building communities. So the only way to sell to customers today is to talk to them, not by just giving out flyers, just putting Google ads or whatever. So you go talk to, build a community, talk to them. Better still, even before you have a product, right? Go talk to them. Suppose you are good at making soaps. Go and talk to a customer and say, what kind of soap would you like? See, there are so many soaps in the market today. There are options. There are, independent brands as well as, major brands like P&G. Everybody is doing soaps. But what kind of soap would you like? What do you see is the gap there? Suppose, tell me what kind of soap would you buy if I do something for you? And then go and build that. It could be soap, it could be a tablet, it could be nutraceuticals, it could be anything, right? It could be clothing, sustainable clothing from seas. It could be anything. But go talk to people, get their ideas, and then also you can go and launch the product, right? Earlier, it was very difficult. Earlier, even during the days of Facebook, it was very difficult. But now today, with building communities, it is very, very possible. So every marketer has to have these 4 skills today. You have to sit back and you should have the capacity to sit back and reflect. You should be growth oriented, self-aware, and self-starter, and agile. So what did I do today? How much of it worked? How much of it didn't work? And how do I take the points that didn't work and better them and make them work again? And you have to be highly networked. You have to be a storyteller. You have to be empathetic to people. You have to listen to them. You have to be connected and sharing. Always keep sharing, right? Always keep sharing information, keep sharing everything that you get, and be open for co-creation with your customers. Be futuristic. Always question status quo. Why should I sell only via this way? Why should I do only that? What does it take me to break the barriers between me and my customer is what you have to keep asking. Always aim for the moon. An intersection. You should have to be like I told you, you should be an artist, you should be a marketer, you should be a tech person, you should be transdisciplined, have curious, you should be business savvy, and be open for data. Wherever there is data, look at data, and you should be able to track trends. So these are the skills that you need to have in these trying days, right? So any questions? We come to the end of our presentation. Any questions? Should I, go back and have any do another round? Any questions, Pravasudan?
Do you have any questions?
So when you mean fisheries, you are talking about live, fish meat, right? So one way of looking at this, see, like I said, the target communities, right? I come from Coimbatore. If you take me, for example, I come from Coimbatore. Coimbatore is not a very big fish market. For the simple reason, there's no fresh fish there. Coimbatore is deep in the interiors. To get fish from Kerala or to get fish from Chennai or Kadalur, wherever, it takes 2 or 3 days to reach fish. So Coimbatore is not a fish market at all. Coimbatore people eat more of, chicken and mutton. But so can you arrive at a solution to give fresh sea fish to these customers? There was somebody who did that. They built a direct supply chain. They were doing very good. Now they have, built other brands and, scaled them. Can I build a supply chain that will help me take fish directly from Cochin or, the smaller seaports close to Coimbatore and make it available the next day itself or that morning itself? And they were able to build a very, they were not able to, offset the mutton and chicken markets, but they were able to build a huge following for them, for themselves. People who did not eat fish, they liked their fish because it was fresh. They started ordering more frequently. So all this happens. Like that, target a market which is not targeted by everybody else. Create a sub target, like I told you, like how paste went, they went and created subcategories for Ayurvedic toothpaste or Ayurvedic soaps. Like that, try and create a subcategory inside fish. Or can you say, I'm going to give you highly fresh, not just fresh, but high quality fish that is for export at your doorstep. Can you deliver it to me directly at my doorstep? Buying, unlike chicken or mutton, buying fish is again very personal process, right? You have to check if the fish has gone bad. Not everyone knows how to do that. So can you guarantee quality as well as freshness and deliver it directly to the customer's doorstep, right? Going to a fish market is again very nasty business. A lot of people don't like the smell. Fish markets are not as close as chicken and mutton stalls. They are very far away. Can you innovate in this supply chain ecosystem and then make it very easily accessible? This is one way you can look at it. Hope it helped.
Is there any other questions? Sir, I think there is no other questions.
Sure.
Thank you for your wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, Professor. As again, interesting interacting with this cohort. Let's see again next time. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Participants, afternoon session is about IPR and related activities. Is going to be handled by Dr. Stanley Abraham, Professor Research at Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Please, everyone, join at 1 o'clock without any delays. Thank you.